we discuss daytime fatigue and how it affects your patients, we want to understand the term sleep debt. This is actually a newer term that many sleep physicians are using to explain the impact of lack of sleep on a person's life. Let's take a step back from sleep apnea for a moment and talk about insomnia or sleep deprivation. Our bodies as adults need to have roughly 8 hours of sleep per night. For us to maintain high performance and functioning throughout the day, we need to sleep for 8 hours and be awake and operating for 16, 1/3 and 2/3. So let's say you sleep 6 hours a night, Monday through Friday. So at the end of a week, you've actually skipped 10 hours of sleep that your body needs. Well, let's say you actually sleep 10 hours on Saturday and Sunday on the weekend, and you make up an additional 4 hours. Well, you're still in debt 6 hours from that last week that you didn't sleep. And that continues week after week, month after month, year after year. So you can see how fatigue and this concept of sleep debt starts to accumulate over time, where it becomes overwhelming to the person's body, where they will start to sleep through things at night that normally would wake them up right away, like sleep apnea. As we discussed, sleep apnea has to be 10 seconds or longer in length. We talked about in the last video series in the introduction to sleep apnea how many apneas can be longer than 10 seconds, 20 seconds, up to a couple of minutes at a time. So we can understand that sleep debt and the daytime fatigue patients are experiencing also affects how long their apnea is and how many times they will have apnea throughout the night. So apnea, as it occurs in a person's sleep pattern, is going to affect their sleep by waking them up and causing that daytime fatigue, but also coming full circle, that fatigue will make their apnea worse as they are trading 1 second of oxygen for 1 second of sleep at a time, whether it's 10 seconds long in an apneic event or 20 seconds. So it's very important to understand as you're interviewing your patients in your clinical exam and going through that thorough subjective health history, know what amounts of caffeine they're taking. Do they take naps during the day? Do they feel like they could fall asleep behind the wheel when they drive home from work? What are the things that keep them up at night? What time do they go to bed versus wake up? There's a lot of components of their sleep hygiene that can also affect their overall health. But sleep debt is something that we want to help our patients identify and avoid as much as possible.